Centre, my name is George. I'm one of the lifestyle consultants across the Mablethorpe venues. You will see me across here assisting a little bit more over the coming weeks and months. We are going to take you through a bit of an intro video. We're going to show you how the equipment works, some setups and some of the exercises that we could potentially do in the gym. Okay, so welcome to the EGYM station. We are going to talk through your EGYM equipment, what it does, how it works and how you can get yourself set up on the equipment. The EGYM equipment is fantastic. It's motorised bit of equipment to help you with your training. There is constant resistance. It can help us in regards to finding strengths and weaknesses and imbalances in the body, and we can actually use it to help us find out the recommended weights we should be lifting and also the max weights that we could potentially lift. Okay, to get yourself set up on the EGYM equipment, okay, you do need to download the EGYM app, which you can find on your app store. Okay, little app which you'll have to make an account for in order to get yourself onto the EGYM equipment. Okay, once you have done that and you have purchased your band from reception, you will come up to the machine, you'll scan the band onto the machine, and you can then log yourself on to the app itself. Okay, this will give you a breakdown of a few different things. We can look at your body composition with the scales next to us. We can actually go into different flexibility tests, which we can use with your magnetic pole here. Okay, but initially when you first set yourself up, you need to scan it and stand in front, and it will take your height to get yourself set up on the machines. Once you've completed that, you can get yourself ready, log yourself onto each bit of machinery, and obviously get to work.
George is now going to show you how to set yourself up on the EGYM hub. You now need to follow the instructions on the screen. If you do have any issues with this section, please find a lifestyle consultant and they will be able to help you. Please stand back and ensure your feet align with the green feet that come up on the screen. You will then be asked to move on to the scales. Please then grab the handles and pop them by your side and stand as shown by George. On the final beep, please step off of the scales. Just a reminder, we do ask customers to use the wipes provided to wipe down the equipment before and after use. Please accept and then ensure you select EGYM mode for how you would like to get started. Setup is now complete.
Okay, so we're now going to get you set up and take a look at how the EGYM equipment works, how we get ourselves onto it, and the processes we need to take to get it set up. Okay, using your wristband that we've already scanned, you're going to go to your login section. You're going to tap the big EGYM section onto there, and it should log in to your account with your name shown on the screen. Okay, as you can see, the handles have started to adjust and move themselves. When we set ourselves up on the main EGYM station, it did measure our height. What this is now doing is position the handles to the correct position they should be in regards to our height. Okay, so they are in the correct position for me at my start position with my chest press. Okay, naturally when you come onto the machine, there is going to be an initial test that we do. But when we start doing the movement, you should see a pattern on the screen where we push to follow the dots, and we're trying to follow the pattern as we push and as we pull. It allows you to do a few reps. You'll do that to start with, so we complete. Okay, so the next screen we come to, it will be a strength test. It will ask you to push as hard as you can 3 times in a row. You're trying to go a little bit harder each time. that will dictate your training weight and also the max amount of weight that we could lift. So when it asks you to push hard and fast for this movement, we're going to push as hard as we can into the seat, and then we can relax, and it's going to dictate your maximum strength that we can lift. Okay, so once you've done the initial setup, when you come to your main screen, it'll look a little bit like this. So it's a regular training method that we are doing. It's going to put you through a repetition range of 20 reps, and my training weight has been decided. So my training weight is going to be 40 kilos. That is what it's recommended for me to use on a day-to-day basis in order to just maintain and build some strength. What we can do is we press start, and it's going to take us straight into our workout. And this is where the pattern that we see already comes back. We're going to push into the movement, release on the way down. Again, as I push and as I release, there is always constant resistance. So it's making me work all the time through the pattern. Okay, if at any point you get in any trouble, an injury occurs, or we need some assistance, if nobody's present, we can hit the big red button. If you push that down, it's the emergency stop and it's been activated for the machine, okay? Once everything's fine and you're happy to carry on, or you're coming off the machine, you should remember to pull the button back up. It'll reset itself and it's ready for the next person to use afterwards. Okay, so the setup that we went through on your chest press is the same for each bit of equipment. So when we come to them, use that wristband, scan yourself on. The handles and levers on every machine will adjust to your height and body type. You just get yourself on, do the initial setup and complete the workout. Okay, so we're now going to take a look at your treadmill. This can be used as one of your main cardio elements, where we're doing it as a walk, a jog, a run, using that elevation change to help us increase our intensity of the workout. Just some safety bits before we get onto the treadmill, how it works. You do have your safety clip at the bottom. Okay, if you do attach that to the bottom of your t-shirt, okay, if you do fall back too far, it will pull the emergency stop and stop the machine straight away. It's not necessary for your workout, but we'd always recommend placing that on your t-shirt at the start of your workout before you get moving. Okay, so we're going to take a look at your screen, how it functions, how it works. When you come across these screens, they pretty much all work the same across all the elements. So your treadmills, cross trainers, bikes, steppers, they all pretty much work the same. Okay. There are three ways in which we can get ourselves onto our machine. Okay, you can use the login section, that is in relation to the Live Fitness app. We're not going to go into too much detail today, but if you want to know a little bit more information about the app, how it works and how we can log ourselves in using the app, again, please come and find a lifestyle consultant and we'll explain how that works. Two ways that we can get ourselves into the movement. We can go to our Choose Workout. So this is where we can design more tailor-made workouts, instructor-led based, and we can set up different elements such as your time, distance and calories. As you scroll through, you've got your top workout, so you've got your popular workouts which mainly people do on a day-to-day basis. These are the most common things that people do, okay? As you scroll further down, you have what we call on-demand workouts. If you're used to more instructor-led and you enjoy the instructor-led based classes, these are preset workouts that are done by lifestyle fitness coaches, and you can have a designed and tailor-made workout and a bit of a personal PT on your screen. The further down we go, we have some interactive terrains. So if you want to take a walk along a beach somewhere in Sunshine State, or go for a bit of a stroll through the woods, take your pick. You can choose a different interactive terrain somewhere from around the world and have a bit of a stroll. The further down we go, we come towards your standard goals. So again, the main things that we work towards in a gym environment, you're either going to work to a time frame, a distance or a calorie goal. There are other standard goals in regards to work with intervals, working with your heart rate and also with the elevation and your incline. Last but not least, at the bottom you have your fitness tests, and they include similar tests like your beak test, physical and army tests for different armed forces. So you've got the Air Force, Marines, Army, US Navy, etc. Again, if you want to dive into things like that, you're more than welcome to give them a go. With the amount of exercise you've got there, you've got plenty to choose from in regards to your workout. Take a look at the best way we can get ourselves on and get ourselves moving, and that is your quick start button. It's your middle button. As soon as we press that quick start, it's going to give a 3, 2, 1, and we are going to start moving nice and slowly on the spot. Okay. We have 3 views that we can click onto straight away. We have the first one on your left hand side, which is a television view. If you tap that, it's going to bring your television up onto the screen. You've got your terrain view, which will bring you to an automatic interactive terrain. It'll put a background and a scenic view in front of you, and we can watch, or we can go to your stats view. We can flick between the three of those simply just by tapping onto them. It'll take you to each one. Television, nice self-explanatory. Okay, it's going to bring up the television and watching straight away with the television in the background. Okay, we can adjust the channels with the arrows like so. Okay, if we go to your home button, we can go back to interactive terrain. It's going to put that view right into the back of us, and we can have that scenic view and scenic walk. We can enlarge with the arrows as well to get a full screen view of the background. Okay, the last screen that we can come to is your stat view. If you do tap onto your stats view, you'll give and have a bit of an oversight of all of our details. Okay, so you'll have information in regards to your current speed and incline. You'll see your total distance, your calories, your heart rate, and if you see ones with a little green dot, if you swipe across, it'll start to give you more average base and maximums that we have as well. Okay. Furthermore, with your screen, if you come back to your home screen with this view and we scroll a little bit further down, you have all of your entertainment apps. If you go view all, we can have a bit of an insight of what we can use. So if you've got Disney Plus, Netflix subscriptions, YouTube, we can watch those all on here. We can browse on the web, connect with your Spotify, read a bit of the news, or if you want to play a bit of solitaire and a bit of chess, or if you like a Sudoku, you can take your time, have a bit of a stroll, and have a little bit of play. Okay, so you have your main details on the bottom, you have your speed on the right and your incline on the left. We can make the adjustments on the screen with the plus and the minus for both of them. We can also do it with your handles, which are displayed just in front of you. So the silver parts will detect your heart rate if you grip onto them nice and tight. My right plus and minus will adjust my speed because it's matching the same side as it on the screen. This one is going to do your incline with the plus and the minus to take you up and down. Okay. Other than that, we have some drinks holders. We have one either side. We've got a little pocket here which we can put things on, valuable base. We also have a wireless docking station. Again, not all phones will work, but if you have that format on your phone, it will display and charge the phone, as well as a wireless connection point in regards to Apple Watches and Samsung Watches, as well as a wireless section in regards to connecting your app to the machine as well. Once we're finishing a workout, you do have a cool down button which will put you through a slower pace to bring you to a halt. We have your stop button that if you press once, will stop your workout and pause it for a minute. If you go to end, it'll fully end your workout with your full summary, and then you can go on to your next exercise. Okay, so we are looking at your cross trainer now. I would recommend this as a warm-up at the start of your workout, primarily because it is all body. Okay, we're going to get some oxygen and oxygenated blood pumped around the body. We're going to get ourselves warmed up. Upper body, lower body, joints, muscles, everything is going to be working. Screen function, again, we have touched upon with the use of your treadmill. As mentioned, they are all the same across all machines. The only difference you'll find on your cross trainers and on your bikes is that you are working with your RPM, so the rotations and the revolutions, and also resistance. The resistance will tell us how hard we are working. We can adjust that effort level just to make us work that a little bit harder. If we are doing your warm-up and we are choosing this bit of kit, just keep a constant speed. We want to work on our intensity, okay? I like to use a 1 to 10 scale. Use 1 as a resting heart rate, 10 as a max heart rate. We want to be about a 3 out of 10. So we want your breathing to be a little bit heavier than normal. Not out of breath, we're not sweating. We just naturally want to feel a little bit warmer. Time frame, anywhere between sort of 5 and 10 minutes, but that is also dependent on the type of person and current fitness levels. Okay, so the majority of the machinery in the gym is Life Fitness. The majority of your resistance machines are Life Fitness as well. We're just going to take you through setup, what to look for, how we can set things up, weights, etc., and then we'll get into the exercise. Okay, so what we do have on each bit of machinery is a placard along the top. Okay, that little QR code is in relation to the app. Again, you can scan on to the workout, obviously log that as an exercise we have completed. On this left-hand side, it will show you the muscle groups that we are going to be working. On the right-hand side, it will show you your setup, what we need to do to set the machine up, and also the movement that we need, okay? When you come across the weight machines, you'll start to notice some sort of black and orange elements, okay? Use those to help you with your setup, okay? So we have handles to adjust seats, and we also have your pin select at the back as well, okay? How your pin select machines work, you simply slide the pin out, we slide into the weight that we require, but we also have a weight dial on top. As you can see with the weights, they go up in 7.5 kilos. That small weight dial enables us to add on 2.5 and 5 kilos, so jumping up in smaller increments and adding the small amounts of progression as well. Okay, so we are going to now take a look at your leg press as a movement and an exercise, okay? When we get onto the machine, we can step onto the foot plate. We're going to sit onto the seat. We're going to try and shape our body so it's the same shape as the seat. So we're going to push our hips all the way back to the seat, roll the spine. We're working in correlation with the seat, okay? Nice and correlated, neutral together. We're going to bring our feet up onto the pad, okay? We have some dots on the foot plate that we could use in regards to the height of our feet. Naturally, what I'll say to get into position, use the top of the Life Fitness logo. We're going to use those dots that run along the top. We're going to go hip width as well, okay? So if you don't know where the hips are, we can bring our feet together, keep the heels pushed together, keep the knees together, point the toes out, and then bring yourself in line. So we're going to have alignment between our heel, our knee, and our hip, okay? Using that lever at the bottom, if I squeeze, I can move my seat position. I'm looking to maintain a minimum 90-degree angle with my legs. If I can get myself that little bit lower, then feel free. It's going to help with your range of motion to make you work a little bit harder, okay? Once we are ready to go, we've got the right weight, setup is correct, we're going to push the heels, keep the feet nice and flat, holding on if we wish, push into the movement, big extension, and we're going to extend the legs to near full extension. We're not going to lock the knees. The main reason why we aren't, the muscle will start to relax, so we're going to keep a small bend in the knee at all times. As we bring ourselves down, we're going to try and make the gap between the weight as small as possible without touching. We're going to hover, and we're going to push into our next rep. Just take a nice slow tempo, going up and down, continuous for reps. Okay, so we're going to take a look at your row position. This is an upper body movement. This is going to work your back muscles. Again, setup can vary between male and female in regards to setup as well, okay? What we are looking for, more male base, we are okay to have the chest pad more up towards the chest. Females, you're going to be a little bit more careful with the breastbone, it can be a bit more brittle, okay? So you may position yourself a little bit taller, okay? Using those coloured levers, I can adjust my seat position, okay? That's one thing we're going to adjust, but we can also adjust your chest pad, okay? Initially, we're going to take ourselves, pulling the lever, get it all the way in. What we're going to look to do is get ourselves close to the machine, and we want a fingertip reach to the handles. If we lean forwards and our hands go past the handles, we need to take that chest pad a little bit further back. So we can go number by number, keep going fingertip reach until we get into position. Once we find that position at fingertip reach, we know we're in the right position. We're looking to keep tension on those back muscles at all time, okay? We select the weight before we start. We can keep our feet flat on the floor or using the small pegs to push into. We're going to try and keep a nice tall spine, so keep the chest over the hips. We grab hold of the handles, we come into position, and we're going to let our arms move around us. So we're going to look into pinch the shoulder blades, keep nice and narrow with the elbows as we pull backwards. Okay. One thing to take into consideration when we are using the machines, one, space, we have a lot of space, okay? We may put things down on the floor. This is where the equipment comes in handy. You have small pouches at the very top of your machine. So you have your valuables, your phone, car keys, your drinks bottle. We can put all of those on top. It's going to stop them from getting damaged or being stepped on, and it's going to keep them safe out the way from your workout. Just be careful and remember to take everything when you move onto machines or when you are leaving the gym as well. Okay, so we're going to take a look at your dual adjustable pulley, your DAP or your cable machine, okay? We can use this very similar to the resistance machines, just in a slightly different way. We can actually use it as a singular pulley, or we can use it as a dual adjustable pulley with both handles and positions together, okay? We've got a mix of different handles, straps, ropes, bars that we can connect on using the carabiners. They simply just clip on and off. To move and adjust, we pull the pin out and they slide up and down into position. Okay, we can do your push-pull rotation workouts, any form of movement that we can do. We can pretty much do a bit of everything on here. Okay, if there is anything you're unsure on how to use, how to set up movements or things we could potentially do, again, please come and find a lifestyle consultant. We'll go through the machine and show you how we can set things up and the movements that we can do. Okay, so I have currently got the machine set up in a tricep push-down movement using your ropes. Okay, to set the machine up, again, push and pull the pin. We're going to slide, we're going to take it all the way to the top, make sure it clicks and locks into place. We are using your pin select again, so I can slide the pin out, I can choose the desired weight I'm wanting to use, and I can get into the movement. So for your movement, we can look for a bit of a staggered stance. We're going to look to tuck the elbows, pulling the weight down, and we're looking to rotate the wrists as we pull down, keeping those elbows tucked in throughout the entirety of your movement. Okay, so welcome to our full functional area. This whole area is for all functional fitness space. It is your floor space. So if you want to do anything on the floor, the ground is soft enough to lay on. Again, there are going to be mats provided as well. If not, if you want to bring your own, you are more than welcome to as well. We have a mix of everything in here. We have some cardio elements. So we've got your curve mill, we have your assault bike, we have your Concept 2 skio and rowers 2. But we also have your rigs, which have a mix of medicine balls, slam balls, kettlebells. You've got your sandbags. You've also got your big tires, which we can use with the Ashra shrimp as well. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take a look at your curve mill now. Okay, this is a adaptation to a treadmill. Okay, the difference between this treadmill and a normal treadmill is that this one is more self-powered. Again, characteristics as well, we can see slight differences from a normal treadmill to this one. Okay, the curvature is the big aspect. Okay, and also that there is no resistance. So this will be on a bit of a flywheel. It goes at the same speed constantly, but you are going to control it. Okay. As a safety point, when we are stepping onto the machine, try and get to the habit, if we do use it, step on to the base of the machine. Okay. If you do step onto the belt behind the handles, this in essence is what we call your safe zone. Okay, the treadmill itself and the belt is not going to move. Okay, we simply start to walk forwards towards the top of the belt, and it's going to start to move. Okay, if I hold on to the sides and I'm near the back of the handles, this is where I've got complete control over the belt. I control when it starts, when it stops, how fast I move. Okay, if I want to get faster, and when I move faster, I simply go further towards the front of the handles, towards the top of the belt, and my speed will increase. If I want to slow down, I'm just going to bring myself backwards towards the back of the handles, and I've got complete control of the movement of the belt. Okay, so we're now going to take a look at your weights area. This has a variety of different elements. We do have your benches with your dumbbells. We have fixed static benches, so we have a flat bench position, we have an incline bench position, and we also have your squat rack in the far corner. In regards to other weights, we do have a Smith machine, which is located at the other side of the gym, but as a main weight functional area, this is where the bigger weights are going to be positioned. Okay, so when you come towards engine room 1, engine room 2, and other doors in the building, you will find that they have a scanner. You need to use your MV card to scan on the door, and that will gain you entrance. Welcome to engine room 1. We are in the spin studio at Mablethorpe. Okay, we're going to go through a bike setup of the IC7s that we got installed here. Okay, a few things we can adjust. We can adjust the height of your seat, positioning, height of the handlebars. We're going to go through step by step and how we adjust them. Okay, you will find black and red levers on the machines to enable us to adjust our machine. We have one at the very back of your machine. Okay, if you do pull this lever, it is a hydraulic seat. As soon as you lift, it is going to extend up. Okay, in regards to the height of where we need to put the seat, okay, we are going to find your index finger on your hip bone. We're going to place the next 2 fingers underneath. Back point of the seat wants to sit just underneath that 4th finger. So when we get into position, we can release the lever, we can find the point, hold in position, push the lever down, and we're going to lock into place. Okay. Next part we're going to adjust is the handlebars. Okay, we can see the numbers on the side of the seat. We can in essence match that with the height of the handlebars as well. So currently we're around the number 9 position. I can do the same with the red lever to adjust, to pull open. We can slide the handlebars up. We're going to be towards that number 9 mark. Okay, so last point we are going to adjust is your seat. Okay, what we are looking for is your elbow to sit on the edge of the seat here. We're going to line out our forearm and point the fingers towards the handlebars. We should have just a fingertip reach, so it should be the length of the forearm away. As mine are a little bit further forward, I'm going to use this little lever at the back to pull in position. I can slide my seat backwards and forwards, pushing the elbow in, lining up with the fingers, and then I can lock it in play, like so. Okay, the bike is now set up. We're going to mount the bike into position. We can hook our feet into the straps, pull in the straps nice and tight across the feet, and we are underway. Okay, so welcome to Entering 2. This is your main studio where the bulk of your classes are going to be held. They are a mix of instructor-led, floor-based and virtual classes. You'll find them all on the timetable and just turn up at the designated times. Remember, if you are bringing yourself in, use your NV card to scan onto a magnetised door, and that will give you access into the building. Okay, well, thank you for watching this video, guys. If you do need any further assistance or some advice in regards to the equipment and how we can work with it, you can book in for an introduction. Free of charge, there is no cost for that whatsoever. But if you want more of a bit of a tailored workout, a bit of something to work towards and something to follow, you can book in for a personal program as well. Again, additionally with that, the personal program, there's no charge. It is in with your membership price. If you want further advice, further training, you can book in for personal training sessions and fitness transformations. You can find all the information on the website and from the reception as well. If you need to take up your EGYM and you want to get started and set up on them, do remember you need to purchase your EGYM band from reception. It will be a cost of £5 as a one-off payment. That is per band. Okay, you'll get one band given to set yourself up. Replacements will also cost £5 if you do lose or it gets damaged. We look forward to welcoming you here to this amazing venue in Mablethorpe. We look forward to seeing you very soon.